Simon Tui was not only fabulous on MasterChef, but he also heads up Sustainable Earth Network, and you love your veggies.
Oh, I do, I really do.
I do too, and I love this dish that you're making us today. Tacos.
Yeah, tacos, but not any old tacos. It can't be the same old, especially with me. So we're going to do a celeriac shell taco.
Oh, sounds cool.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah. And you've got lots of different elements. You've got corn, you've got cucumbers and cauliflower. Yep. I love the sound of this. How have you done the taco part of this dish?
This is the fun part. So the taco is not the tortilla or the flour base. It is going to be a celeriac. In this case, we're going to roast it, and it turns out beautifully when you roast celeriac. So this is going to go in the oven wrapped in tin foil, 180 degrees, 45 minutes until it's really soft.
Yeah. And show us what you've got in there.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
So have you added anything to this after you've baked it, or you've just left it as is?
So I add, just before I wrap in tin foil, a bit of oil, a bit of salt and pepper, and then I wrap it up. And watch, this comes out, the most beautiful thing.
That smells so good.
That was in the oven, 180 degrees for 45 minutes. But while I was doing that, I decided to prep my cauliflower as well. And I just took the florets off and I chucked that with a bit of oil and the leaves, because these are crispy and crunchy and delicious, in the oven for 20 minutes.
Yep.
Same temperature. So you're getting two things done at once, which is great.
One.
So I'm going to pickle some cucumbers. While I'm doing that, could you please do this tofu cream? And you already started. So tofu, lime, white miso, bit of sugar.
Nice.
That's it.
Okay.
I'm going to put this pickling liquid on the stove on high heat, bring it to a boil. Simple as vinegar, equal parts vinegar to sugar, and then it's just a pinch of salt. This is the simplest pickling liquid you could ever do. Whilst that's going and we're going to wait for that to come to the boil, I'm just going to chop these in lengths so that it works really well in the same size as the taco shell. So you just, look, let's be rustic. We're making tacos, we're not making a Michelin star meal. So that's it. And all that's going to be is a beautiful crunchy element, nice and acidic for what is.
There are many different elements to this dish, but they're tacos.
Right.
Any type of taco has the creamy element, which is either the sour cream or the guacamole. That's our tofu and miso mixture. It's always got slight pickled onions instead of pickled onions, pickled cucumber. Corn, and instead of the meat, we've got cauliflower. I love your style.
Thank you, I really appreciate it.
So I'm just juicing this very juicy lime.
Amazing.
And all I do is just blend it.
That's it, super, super simple.
Okay. How's that looking?
That looks absolutely perfect.
Okay.
While you give that a taste and make sure it's nice and balanced, my pickling liquid is done.
Okay.
It's just come to the boil, the sugar's melted, we're absolutely happy days. Pouring that over the cucumbers. That's it. That is seriously just a quick pickle that's going to elevate any dish.
All right, I'm going to have a taste of this. Wow, I must admit, I'm not a huge fan of tofu, but that, with the miso and the lime, that big hit of lime is so yummy. I'm going to add that to my repertoire.
Perfect. That's the creamy element. So next is the corn. So that corn has been in the microwave with the husks on for 3 minutes.
Yes.
That goes soft. The husks come off and that's all cooked now. You can just do whatever you want with it. You go ahead and take the corn kernels off, chop up some coriander, put some sesame oil in there, mix it all together. Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to do this cauliflower, which is nice and roasted. I've got some red miso. And I've got some veggie oil here. And what I'm doing here is just making a marinade, really, just to put on top.
Okay. So we've used two varieties of miso. That's a darker miso and that's a lighter miso. Is there a reason you've done that?
Yeah, there is a reason why I've done that, and that's really because the lighter miso has a nice acidity to it. There's beautiful salt, there's some acidity, whereas a darker miso has this really roasty, toasty, umami flavour that we know so well.
Nice. And miso lasts a long, long time in the fridge. So, look, if you're a mad miso lover, having the two varieties is a great addition to your fridge.
And I do have that. I have both misos in there non-stop.
Me too.
Yeah? Okay.
But of course, if you want to do this just with one miso, that's fine.
Totally.
Okay, the corn is done into the bowl. I will add some sesame oil.
Yes, please.
How much sesame oil?
A good dash. Perfect. About a tablespoon, I'd say.
Tablespoon. Any salt?
A little bit of salt.
Okay.
No pepper.
No pepper.
And then that coriander.
Okay.
I'm going to do this beautiful cauliflower here. So I've got my miso dressing, and all I'm doing there is just adding flavour to it. So after it's roasted and it's hot, we can just paint this miso flavour on it. And this really is just going to add such a wonderful depth of flavour to the cauliflower that is, in so many ways, can be flavourless and boring. We've just elevated this to another level.
Yeah, it's the little touches. Okay, we're almost there. We've
we
got
are.
our corn ready to go. We have our cream component, the tofu. We've got these gorgeous pickles that you've done.
All right, so that's done there.
Okay.
Now, the hero, the Celeriac taco shell.
Yes.
Done. Simple as, take that away, take this out. So you do let this cool for a bit, otherwise you're literally going to burn your fingers because it does get very hot. And we're going to do thin slices. That's, you know, the chef's piece.
It's my pet.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
We're
yes.
creating small little cuts.
This is definitely creative cooking here. So dinner doesn't have to be the same old boring taco.
All right, that's enough.
Okay.
So, plating up time. Simple as. And tacos don't never have to be huge, right?
No, no way.
So it's simple one-biters. Let's not go too crazy here. Pickles, little koi, a little bit of this wonderful corn.
Great colours.
All right, put that on the side. We probably should do all of them, shouldn't we? Why not?
Yeah, I'm
Go on.
hungry.
You're hungry? There we go. One on each.
This is, in fact, vegan. I was going to say
It is.
vegetarian, but it's vegan, and we can't forget about our vegan friends out there. And I think I've become a more creative cook because of my vegan friends.
Right.
Because you are kind of forced to think outside the square.
I think so too. Okay, and then finally, we're just going to do that wonderful cream on top. And you can finish it off with whatever you want, a squeeze of lime, bit of salt maybe, bit of coriander.
Put a bit of coriander on top. And the big question here is the most important question. Do we eat these tacos with our hands?
100%.
All right, let's dig in. Wow.
Okay, here we go.
The celeriac is nutty. It's almost creamy because it's been cooked for a long time. I love these tacos, not just for my vegan friends out there. I'm not a vegan and I absolutely love this. Cheers, Simon.
My pleasure.